Well, I was actually thinking about making him a scarf. That sounds like a good idea. Ah, so that's why you wanted to know his favorite color. Uh, um, did you keep this a secret from him? I want it to be a surprise, so please. Of course, don't worry. We promise we won't tell him. Though the issue of what color to make it still remains. Would asking him yourself be out of the question, Gaius? I'm not sure that would be wise. It's not really something we would normally talk about, so it might strike him as odd if I ask out of nowhere. Yeah, I can see him getting I can see him getting suspicious. That's not true for the rest of us, though. We should be able to slip into a conversation without him catching on. He'll never suspect anything like that. Yeah, that should work. Let's go ask him, then, shall we? Thank you so much. Do I have to run back to the Nord settlement? God damn it. Prize.
Let's get going. Yeah.
Looking good, Toma. Hello, everyone. Did you need something from me? Oh, no. We were just impressed by how hard you were working. You've been going at it since this morning. Aren't you tired? Not at all. I'm not quite as strong as Gaius is, but I still have a duty to set a good example for Sheeta and Lily. That's quite the respectable mindset. It must be nice to have a sibling as admirable as yours, Gaius. Thanks. What can I say? I'm proud to be his bro. Hey. It's kinda embarrassing to have that said to your face, isn't it? That aside, I'm sort of curious about those outfits you and the others wear. Aren't they all handmade? Of course. The fibers used to make them come from our sheep here. And the dyes we use on them mainly come from plants, although we also use certain ores and soils to color them too. Each color has a specific meaning as well. White represents the earth, blue represents the sky. Then there's green, which ties it all together, representing the wind and harmony. That's fascinating. Yeah, I didn't realize there was that much meaning behind them. Can I ask which of the three colors you like the best? I think I'd have to go for green myself. The wind is kind of special to us, after all. That certainly makes sense. I should have guessed as much. What's wrong? Did I say something weird? Come to think of it, I didn't really give the rest of you a chance to say anything, did I? I'm sorry. No need to worry. You were just answering our questions, after all. Well, if you say so. Anyway, we should probably let you get back to work. Indeed, we have our own tasks to get back to as well. Yeah, you're right. Good luck with the rest then, Toma. Thanks. Be careful out there.
Yeah.
Oh, hello everyone. Did you manage to find anything out? Yeah. Seems like green's his favorite color. Really? Did he mention why? He said it's because green represents the wind of the people of Nord. Ah, that makes perfect sense then. The wind's as special to them as Adios herself, after all. You really care for Toma, don't you? That's not... Well, he's an important friend is all. Either way, thank you for asking him. Now I don't need to waste time worrying about what color to make it. Glad to be of help. I wish you luck with it. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I gotta give you guys something in return for helping me out like that. Here, please, take this. It's one of our more famous dishes here. Thanks. Oh.
Right.
Run back now? There's so much running.
Let's get going. Yeah.
Put it on turbo? Oh shit, you're right, actually. Whee! You know, you're so right, bro. Welcome. I assume you've seen our request? We did. He mentioned the Nordens made his way out of the settlement on his own. He was quite fervent about the idea of taking photographs of something in the northern region of the Highlands. I planned on having you all escort him there in the afternoon, but apparently he was unable to wait until then, and he took off by horse on his own. Really? How childish. I assume he simply couldn't control his passion as a photographer. He must be really taken by whatever it is. There are many ruins from the ancient Neolithic civilization in the northern region of the Highlands. It's likely that he went to visit the statue of the Guardian there. Guardian? What exactly is this statue? It's one of the most symbolic of ancient relics here in Nord. Legend has it that the Guardian it represents sealed away an evil... No, I got it. No, I got it. No. No, I got it. Is the D silent? Yeah, okay, so it's Jin then, right? Yeah, it's Jin. Okay. Legend has it that the Guardian it represents sealed away an evil Jin within the ancient quarry to the north. Wow. That's quite the grandiose legend. At any rate, we should catch up with him as soon as possible. Monsters aren't the only reason the northern region can be dangerous. It's not an area those not from Nord should be traveling across alone. Could you please find him for us and keep him safe? Understood. Leave it to us. Let's make our way there immediately then. Indeed. We'll need to leave the settlement through the northern entrance. I leave this in your hands then. Take care now. I'm not used to everyone in the party. Like, for these field studies, I'm not used to everyone in the party getting along. I don't trust it. I don't trust it that everyone's getting along. I don't trust them being so mature. Ah, the wind here feels so nice. Agreed. It has a different flavor of freshness to it than the winds in the southwestern highlands. Oh, that's due to all the sheer cliffs around here. It gives the wind in this area a unique feel. The winds take many forms, and bestow countless blessings on the people of Nord. Well, I can see why your people place such importance on the wind. Yeah, and the view here is just as nice as the vistas in the southwest, too. Anyway, if we're all rested up, we should get... What's wrong? Oh, nothing, really. I was just looking at that cliff over there. Is it just me, or does it look like there's something buried in it? Like, some kind of giant. No! What are you going on about? There's no way some... Yeah, it coincidentally didn't show that in the visual. What in Idios's name is that? I have no idea. Some kind of statue, maybe? Do you think it's related to the stone circle in the southern reaches of the Highlands? Honestly, we don't know all that much about it ourselves. It's an ancient statue said to be the guardian of the Nord Highlands. A guardian, huh? I guess it does give that kind of impression. I knew it was too peaceful here. Emma, you alright? Oh, sorry. I was just stunned speechless by that statue. Well, I can't say I don't understand the feeling of awe. I wonder how massive it must look when you're up close. I'd imagine it's more than likely the photographer we're seeking is in that area. Still we'll need to venture closer regardless. Oh god! He's on his own. Fuck that. I'm out. I know where that's going. By the way, if you head northeast of the statue, you'll find an ancient quarry. And to the northwest is the scenic Lake Lacrima. It's always helpful to get the lay of the land, so there's no harm in visiting both of those sites too. Makes sense to me. Alright, let's get moving. Yeah. He's on his own, right? I know exactly where games like this are going. There's coincidentally a giant fucking statue, supposedly a statue there, where I have to go.
Yeah, it's even higher here than the Southern Highlands.
Coincidentally. Portal? That's a portal. Bomb. Sheep. Here we go. It looks like this one didn't stray too far from the settlement. Yeah. I believe this is the third sheep. Seems so. Let's keep searching. How many were there? 5?
Yeah.
Careful, if I talk to Norton, it auto-progresses the story and I can't finish any other side quests. Oh. Great. The fuck are you? Can't be bothered. I should actually be fighting the enemies. Why? Am I under level or something? The fuck is that? Bro, everything here's a mutant. I don't even want to fucking know anymore.
Towering waterfall.
Oh!
I'll say, it must be at least a 500 arch drop. Ah, it's a treasure chest.
Yeah, it's a fight.
We'll have to fight our way through.
What the fuck?
Here we go.
Okay, here. I can do this. Fire.
Leave it to me. Open. Go.
Oh, I should have done rush. Ow. Ow!
Go.
Right. Go. Okay. It's my turn. Here.
Leave it to me. Go.
I can do this. Go. Okay.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
Oh, she is defense now.
Hear me.
Thanks. Go.
Stop bullying Reen! What the fuck, brother?
Leave it to me. There. Open. Go. Go.
It's my turn. Go. Okay. Hear me.
Thanks. Not yet. There. My turn.
Right. Go.
Not yet. That's embarrassing. Go.
It's my turn. Hear me.
Thank you.
Right. Fire.
My turn.
Right.
Not yet. I'm sorry, everyone.
What the fuck?
Time is precious. We should hurry. Just getting started. A matter of course.
Rain's dead, 1 second. Rain's dead, 1 second. Okay.
Let's get going.
Anyway. You know, maybe I should fight the enemies. Okay. Oh. Maybe you should fight the enemies. Okay, let's go fight the enemies.
Now's our chance.
Go.
I can do this.
Oh, it was just that bullshit fight?
My turn.
I can do this. Fire. All right.
It was just that bullshit fight, I guess. Fine.
Yeah.
Be that way. Goddamn. It is bullshit that Reen died literally as the fight ended, but it's fine.
Oh, we made it all the way to where that giant statue is.
It looks even more massive the closer we get.
To get right in front of it, we'll need to go around the cliff.
Oh, it's a plateau. I guess this way's a dead end.
I love how refreshing the wind feels here.
Evan, are you sure? I go right. What?
Yeah.
Oh! My bad.
Let's get going. Yeah.
That looks like a strong one. Be careful.
Nah, I'm good. Cheap. There it is. It appears to be safe. That's a relief. That's 4 sheep now. Yep, just 1 more to go. Sheep.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't there. Sorry, my horse. Oh, is that a fight one? God damn it.
Treasure chest.
It's a fight they want. My turn.
Doesn't help that Gaius and Reen both died. The last fight. Really?
It's my turn. Here we go.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Go.
Leave it to me. Here we go.
Where did Reen's health go?
Yeah. Hear me.
Thanks. It's my turn. Here we go. Now's a chance.
Right. Go.
Leave it to me. There. Go.
He's poisoned and burned, brother!
Okay. Hear me.
Thanks.
Right. Now. Okay.
Leave it to me. Here we go.
It's annoying because the other enemies are only doing 1 fucking damage.
It's my turn. You're open. Go.
Yeah. Here. Right. Fire.
Really? Or some of them are doing 0 damage.
Go.
It's my turn. Hear me.
Thanks.
I can do this.
All right. I go. I did it.
Feel like I'm growing stronger. I did it.
Yeah.
Careful going up top. Why? Oh, because Norton's up here. Is that like the sheep? All the way fucking down there.
It's enormous. Stay on guard.
It's a treasure chest.
Yeah. It's enormous. Stay on guard. Oh, a treasure chest. Yeah. Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah.
Over there. Wait. Is that 3 of them? And all together? No, those are monsters.
Well, shall we begin?
My turn.
It's my turn. Fire.
It's my turn. You're open.
Yeah. Here. Right.
Phew, that was unexpected. It really was. Alright, that should be all of them now. Good, good. We shall let Watari know that we found them all of them. And there we go. All fixed up. Everything should be fine now, I hope. Yeah, they won't be able to get out again. Thanks for tracking them all down. I'm sure they're relieved to be back with their buddies. It certainly looks that way. I'm amazed by how well guys led them back here. Likewise, it wouldn't have been nearly as simple a task for the rest of us. It's just a matter of experience. Either way, the sheep are safe now. So here, take this as my thanks. What the fuck? Did these come from the sheep? Yup. It's good stuff, so eat out whenever you're feeling hungry. Thank you very much. Roach is gay, okay. Alright.
Yeah. Whoa.
God damn it. I went too fast. What would fishing be like on turbo mode? Please don't do that. I could probably mash that quickly. No, I could probably... Listen, I'm the only one that's ever managed to beat Nate during a fucking... the Mario Party button mashing minigames.
Yeah.
I could probably mash that quickly. Listen, Star Fox's adventures prepared me this moment in time. Impressive. I was taken aback by the size of the stone circle in the Southern Highlands. But this is on a whole different level. Oh, aren't you? I see you're hard at work. I'm glad to see you're safe. Did you come out here to get a good look at the statue? I don't think he realizes how much worry he's caused everyone. We should bring him up to speed. It sounds like I've caused some unnecessary worry for the people of the settlement. We should get back right away. Or rather, I'd like to, but I still haven't finished taking all the photographs I need. Would you mind waiting a bit longer while I finish up? I do actually mind. Please, sir, no. Well, I can't really fault you for being fascinated. It really is impressive. I doubt there's anything like this anywhere else on the continent. Actually, it might surprise you to know that there is. This isn't the only such statue I'm aware of. Oh god! There's a similar statue on Bryonia Island, way out to the west. Wait, Bryonia Island? Isn't that where Group B was sent? Huh, I had no idea there were more of these around. No one knows any more about the statue on Bryonia Island than they do about this one. But I'm currently taking pictures of ruins and ancient sites like this. Taking photographs of this area was the reason I came to the Nord Highlands in the first place. Gaius told us that the people of Nord refer to the statue as the guardian of the region. Yeah. The old legend says that the statue was here long before our ancestors came to the east, and that they settled in this land only with its permission. When I saw it, I was immediately reminded of the legend of the Great Knight. You know, now that you mentioned that, I feel like I've heard the name somewhere before. No doubt, the tale originated during the Dark Ages and spread throughout the Empire. When the land roils with the tide of war, a colossal knight, wreathed in flame, will come forth to quell the conflict. Oh god! Well, that's inevitable. That's the general gist of it anyway. What do you mean by that? Well, each region has its own variant of the tale. They all maintain a knight as the central figure, but like all such tales, its veracity is questionable at best. Though it's certainly one of the most mysterious of the legends passed down in the Empire. I see. It does seem like the statue could mesh with that story too. I wonder if they're related somehow. What was that? I'm also wondering that, Reen. Are you okay? I'll be alright. Nothing to worry about. Anyway, I've come all the way out here. So would you mind waiting until I'm done photographing the site? I promise I'll head back to the settlement with you as soon as I'm done. Huh. Well, it doesn't seem like the wildfire has much of an interest in this area. He should be safe here on his own even if we head out somewhere else for a while. Agreed. Alright, we'll swing by again in a little while to check on you. Okay, thanks. I'm sticking to this general area, so it won't be hard to find me again. Go on and take your time. Very well, let's be on our way. Where?
Ooh, this looks like a good
Where? I don't see it. Oh, I found it. Ooh, new thing.
What even is this?
You have to spam so deceivingly fast to catch fish in this game.
Not bad.
I will say it is actually also really fucking hard to mash on the PlayStation controller. On a PS5 controller. Like, GameCube controller is by far the easiest to button mash on. And the second easiest one to button mash on is actually the Xbox One controller. The PlayStation, the PS5 controllers, they're like... The buttons are too far down in the controller to get a good mash out of it. You would think that being lower down would make it easier. No, being lower down in the controller is actually harder. I still haven't finished taking all the photographs I need. I shouldn't be too much longer, so would you mind waiting a bit more? No, you're done. Alright then, we'll stay here until you're finished up. Okay, I'll try not to keep you waiting too long. Phew, we're finally back in the settlement. Thanks a million for escorting me back here. I really appreciate it. Thanks to you, I was able to photograph the statue to my heart's desire. I'm just glad you've made it back safe and sound. Yeah, let's go tell the elder. Hmm? There seems to be quite a commotion over there. What? That's... Oh. Oh. It looks like there's been an orbital car accident. But why here? Isn't that the gentleman we fulfilled a request for this morning? The very same. That's the settlement's doctor, Amir. He couldn't have been the one responsible, could he? Never mind that. We need to go and take a closer look. Amir, are you hurt? Guys, I'm alright. Sorry for worrying you. What happened here? I was on my way back from gathering herbs in the mountain forest to the north, when all of a sudden, I just lost control of the vehicle. Was anyone injured? I suffered a few bumps and bruises, but other than that, fortunately not. I'm just relieved that I didn't end up hurting anyone. I'm glad to know your injuries are light, Amir. Thanks be to the winds and the goddess. Still, how does one lose control of a vehicle in an area as open and free of obstructions as this? Did you simply lose your concentration for a moment? No, of course not. The car is extremely important to all of us here. I wouldn't dream of driving it carelessly. I'm still not sure what caused it. When I was nearing the settlement, the steering wheel started to feel oddly stiff. Fortunately, the brakes were still functional. Otherwise, I dread to think what might have happened. I see. Elisa? Let's see. Elisa? Do you think you can work out what went wrong? Probably. You might say it runs in the family. How could I forget? It stands to reason that the scion of the Reinford group would be quite handy in mechanical matters. Even if she does pretend she wants nothing to do with her family anymore. Could you mind your own business? What you say, though, it's not as true as it used to be. They have some professional engineers at the Reinford company now who can't even perform basic maintenance work. Wow, standards in higher education must be slipping. When you compare it to the Zeiss central factory in the borough, the Reinford company is getting far too big for its own good. All those giant vertically structured divisions, each with their own subdivisions. Sounds as though becoming the Empire's largest corporation brought its own share of new issues. So, have you managed to figure out what the problem was? I think so. It looks like there was a contact failure in the quartz circuits near the engine. That's probably why you suddenly had difficulty steering even though it was fine just before. I see. Do you think you can repair it? I doubt it. I can diagnose, but I'm no technician. I think we'll need to call a professional to fix it. I suppose that means we'll have to ask someone from Zendergate. I'm impressed. I can see that Thor's military academy has more to be proud of than just its famous founder. Elder Ivan. Dad. I'm sorry it took us so long to get here. I'm relieved to see that Norden made it back safely. Thank you for your assistance. Oh, no trouble at all. It sounds like you've been able to work out the cause of the problem here. That was all thanks to Elisa. It was nothing, really. There is no shame in being proud of your accomplishments. Well, I'm glad we've gotten this squared away. We still have something of a problem. What do you mean? This is the settlement's only vehicle. Having it out of commission is going to make things pretty inconvenient around here. The sooner we can get it fixed, the better. I see. In that case, is there anything we can do to help? Are you sure? This isn't a part of your field study, you know. I would respectfully disagree. You've treated us to such great food and shown us such hospitality. I want to do what I can to help. But actually, repairing the truck is a bit above my skill level. Still, it would be discourteous of us to not at least make an attempt to assist our hosts. Thanks, everyone. If you insist, we'd be more than grateful for any assistance you can provide. If you could bring out someone who could do the repairs, that would be great. That sounds like the best course of action. Should we head to Zendergate and see if they can spare a mechanic? Actually, I have someone else in mind. Someone far more keen than an army technician for things of this sort. Up near Lake Lacrima in the Northern Highlands lives an elderly man from the Empire. I'm sure he'll be able to fix the truck for us if we ask him. True, the hermit could probably have this fixed in no time at all. A hermit, you say? Yeah, he moved here from the Empire a couple years ago. He's been extremely good to all of us since he's been here. An old man from the Empire who's more reliable than an army technician? It couldn't be. Elisa? So, you want us to go and call this man for you then? BRB. Oh, Raiders. Hello, Raiders. If you'd be so kind, there's no hurry though. If you have other things you need to do, by all means, do those first. Normally you're more on top of the welcoming. Oh. I was getting a snack. Either way, we'll need to clean up the side of the accident before anything else. Just handle it as you might if it were a part of your field study. Will do. Okay, everyone, let's finish up anything we have left to do, then head for the cabin at the lake. Lake Lacrima is in the Northern Highlands. We'll need to head north to the Guardian statue, then due northwest from there. We should set out on horseback at once. Wait. Oh, I've done them all, okay. Where are we going? So far. Oh god, okay.
Yeah.
Good thing turbo's a thing. There's so much running in this area. I liked it at first because it looks cool. But now I no longer wish to be here because there's so much running. Wow, this lake is beautiful. It really is. You can see the sunlight glimmering on the water. And the air feels so clean too. This is Lake Lacrima. The hermit lives in that cabin over there. Excellent. We should go see him at once.
How beautiful. Yeah, breathtaking.
And this was a PSP and PS3 game? What the fuck, bro? I mean, I know that the graphics are kind of remastered for PS4 version, but... Well, okay, it's a PS4 version being played on a PS5. It's kind of cheap, but it's okay. But it's okay. It's a PS4 version being played on a PS5.
Man, I'd love to get in a little fishing here.
Well, no one's stopping you.
Yeah, you are right now, Usis. Oh, God.
Now that's a catch.
Whoa.
Now that's a catch. It's a catch.
Seems like there's someone inside. I suppose it must be the man we came to see then? Yeah, I'll bet he just came back from fishing. For a hermit, he doesn't seem to want for much. So, what are we going to do? Excuse me, is anyone home? It's open, come on in. Elisa? Excuse us, then. Hey, it's good to see you again, sir. Well, if it isn't guys, haven't seen you around for, what, half a year now? And little Elisa's here too. Why, I don't think I've seen your face in, oh, must be coming up on 5 years now. Wait, what? Could this be? Grandfather, what are you doing here? Well, I guess that's one way to be introduced, but let me give you a proper welcome. I'm Gwyn Reinford, Elisa's favorite granddad. Pleasure to meet you all, Class 7. Honored to meet you, sir. I'm Reen Schwarzer. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Emma Milstein. Eustace Alborea. It's an honor. A promising group of young folks if ever there was. But you've sure done a lot of growing in the last 5 years, Elisa. You're taller. And bigger. It does this old man's heart good to see how easy on the eyes you've become. Grandfather, please. But forget about me. What have you been doing out here all this time? Back when you disappeared from Ruhr, I'd never have believed it if someone told me this is where you'd find you. Do you have any idea how worried I've been? Oh, come now. I send the letters a couple times a year, don't I? And of course, I read all the ones you give to Sharon, too. Still? Have you been here the whole time these past 5 years? Just about. I don't stay year-round, though. I spend about half the year traveling around the continent, seeing friends or visiting the Empire. I see. Mr. Reinford? Would you mind if I asked how you know so much about our field study? He does raise an excellent point. It almost seems as though you were expecting us to pay you a visit. Well, it's just a coincidence the truck broke down when it did. But I admit, ever since Irina told me you were coming to the Highlands, I figured I'd see you at some point. You still talk to Mother? Yes, indeed. Though just the bare minimum. That girl's zeal for her work borders on unhealthy. What did I ever do to turn her into such a workaholic? Elisa? Anyway, we're all done with our coffee, so let's head on over to the settlement and have a look at that truck. Just wait outside a bit while I go grab my tools. Oh, actually, I caught a few good-sized trout. Can you take them over to the settlement when you go? Of course. So that's the former chairman of the Reinford group. I knew of him by name, but he's a far more light-hearted man than I would have guessed. Indeed, he seems very easygoing. You can say what you really think. You're not going to hurt my feelings or anything. Everyone loves him because he's all laid back and approachable, but mostly he's just capricious and irresponsible. And then, 5 years ago, he just... Elisa? Never mind. Let's get going. As soon as he's ready, we're heading back to the settlement. Alright. Let's wait for him by the garage. Damn, since it's pretty. What the fuck, bro? Gaius. Should we head back to the settlement? Hey, Gaius. You're on pretty good terms with my grandfather then? Something like that. We've only known him for a couple years, but all of us in the settlement owe him a lot. Myself included. Ah. Looks like the horse and SAO in first season. Okay, we're good to go. You mind if I ride with one of you? Grandfather? You aren't driving? Nah, the engine's been acting up a bit lately, so I'd rather not. Besides, how could I pass up a chance to get to know my granddaughter's classmates a little better? Reen, right? Got room for one more up there? Why did he have to pick Reen? He'd better not be giving him any funny ideas. I'm sure that isn't the case. I'd feel a bit more at ease if you focus more on the reins, though. How's little Sharon doing these days? I heard she recently started working at your dormitory. That's right, I haven't had too much time to get to know her. But she seems really skilled at what she does. Oh, she is. Very much so. But more importantly, she's a real cutie. She always has that lovely, reserved air, but there's a playful side to her too. I wish she'd sign on as my personal maid. That'd be the life. Yeah. That Emma girl is really nice too. She's got those glasses, that hair you want her to let down. And she's class pres material, to boot. There's a smoldering homeroom hottie if I ever saw one. Come on, you know you agree with me. Well, I can't really say that I disagree with you, but... if you don't mind my asking, why did you never tell Elisa that you were here? Tell me, Reen. What kind of girl do you see her as? Well... I'd say she's a really hard worker, in a great many respects. Oh, I have no doubt of it. She's good-looking, polite, as well-mannered as any noble's daughter, intelligent, and that all comes naturally to her. It's not some persona she forces on herself. Yeah, I'm amazed at how effortless she makes it all seem. And yet, she has a habit of trying to resolve everything without relying on anyone else for support. I'm sure it hasn't escaped the notice of a canny young man like yourself. It does feel like that sometimes, yeah. She's kind, and her sense of duty compels her to always see things through. But she always keeps everything bottled up, like she never wants to let on to anyone that she needs help with a problem. I'm Elisa, R, from Ruhr. It's not like that I'm trying to make a big deal out of it or anything. It's just, if everyone knew, it'd make things awkward between us, and I don't want that. I have a feeling the relations between her mother and I caused her to end up that way. Or, to be more specific, the conflict between the two of us. That's why I didn't tell her where I was. But I'll leave it up to her to fill in the details about that. I'm sure that once the two of you are a bit closer, she'll tell you on her own. A bit closer? I have a feeling there's a critical misunderstanding going on here. Oh, is that so? I thought there was a little something going on between you two after seeing your name come up in one of her letters. Well, we did have that unfortunate accident back at the start of the year. But that's all it was. We eventually got it sorted out and nothing's really happened since. An accident, eh? Yes, Gwyn. An accident. Did you accidentally collide with her on your way to school, causing her to drop the toast she held between her sweet lips? Oh my god, no, not the toast trope! Not the toast trope! As the dust cleared, did the two of you find yourselves sprawled on the ground in an unlikely heart-racing position? That's a really oddly specific question. But I don't know what kind of heart-racing position you're... So, something really did happen, didn't it? Now, just tell old Gwyn here all about it. I want every last juicy detail. Grandfather, please! Yeah, leave Reen alone, please. Why is it zoomed out?
Hey, isn't that... Ooh, it's those military academy students. I wonder what they're doing all the way out here. Oh well. Looks like things are gonna start getting interesting. Okay, let's get this mission started! Sheesh. Gramps and the others can be so unreasonable sometimes.
I don't know what we'd do without you, Gwyn. Here's to you, my friend. And to you. Come on, Lacan. This booze isn't going to drink itself. Yes, yes. I can so hardly believe it. Finding the famous Gwyn Reinford out in the sticks like this. You know him, then? Of course. He seized on the opportunities of the Orbital Revolution to make Reinford the industrial powerhouse it is today. And it's only gotten bigger since his daughter took over. The Reinford Company was originally an arms manufacturer, making their name on firearms and such. They underwent a massive expansion of their lineup and started working on orbital weapons and railway projects. I suppose that's what it must have looked like to the nobility. But the company does business all across the continent, not just domestically. Gwyn has a refreshingly international outlook for an Erebonian businessman. I see. I knew he was a keen man, but I didn't realize he was that famous. The real mystery is why someone would walk away from that in the first place. Some people say he got ill and had no choice but to stand down, but look at him now. He's the picture of health. So maybe there's some truth to the old rumor after all. Oh? What do you mean? Just something I heard a long time ago. No real proof of it, and we at the Imperial Chronicle aren't in the business of printing baseless speculation. Alisa? Oof, I think my eyes were bigger than my stomach. I'm going to go out and get a little fresh air, okay? Alright. Alisa? Green, Alisa's going out to get some fresh air. Would you mind going and keeping her company? Not at all. But why me? You're the class president and all. You'd make for a better company. No, trust me. I think you're definitely the best man for the job. Well, if you say so. Alright, I'll be back in a little while then.
I'm such an idiot. What am I even doing?
Wow, would you look at that view? Amazing, isn't it, Elisa? It's so pretty! Come on, you two. We need to get going. We're running behind schedule. Now, let them have their fun. It's not often you have a day off like this. Why not try and relax for once?
Elisa?
Oh, Reen. Well, what are you doing out here? Did you eat too much?
My mouth says no, but my stomach's thinking yes. You doing okay? You seem a bit unsteady there.
Nothing like that. I'm just feeling a little out of it. I'm just going to stay out here for a while and get some fresh air. Then I'll be Whoa! Sorry about that.
See? What did I tell you? We've been riding all day. I'm not surprised you're feeling tired. Riding a horse really takes it out of you.
I guess you're right. Why didn't that occur to me before?
Hey, Elisa, look up at the sky.
Huh? Oh, wow.
You know, I didn't even notice it last night because we turned in so early. But now that we know, if you're out here to get some air, better to take in the starlight than look at the ground, right?
You're right. My father was a technician. 8 years ago, he passed away. My family was never really the same after that. Mother was director of the company back then. She focused all of her energy on making the Rhineford Group even bigger. She used to treasure our family, but after that, it's like she could barely spare a thought for us.
Oh. She did seem like a talented businesswoman when we met her. Well, more than talented to run the Rhineford Group.
What you saw in River Station was just a watered-down version of her normal intensity. We'd be able to have dinner together maybe once every 3 months, and that's being generous. But at least I wasn't alone. Grandfather and Sharon were always there for me.
That's how it was, huh? I guess you've known Sharon for a long time then.
Yeah, my mother hired her about 7 years ago. Being a Rhineford and all, I never had many people I could really call friends when I was young. The nobles looked down on me, of course, but the common people treated me like I was different from them, too. At least with my grandfather and Sharon around, I never felt totally alone.
Oh dear God, she's Lucy. It all makes sense now.
Grandfather introduced me to all kinds of different hobbies, like horseback riding and playing the violin. Sharon taught me self-defense and archery, and all the high society etiquette expected of a lady. Meanwhile, my mother kept expanding the company completely against the wishes of my grandfather, the chairman.
I see. Though, hasn't Rhineford always been a big industrial company?
Kind of, yeah. Even back then, they took on projects in all fields, from steel mills to railway construction to guns and tanks.
Elisa is also a runaway. She did run away from home. Just want to point that out.
It's not surprising there are people out there who like to call the company a merchant of death. I can't say I completely agree with that side of the company, but I've never felt embarrassed or ashamed about it. But a few years ago, the Rhineford Group finally went too far.
What do you mean?
Those 2 railway guns set up in Gorelia Fortress on the eastern edge of the Empire? You know about those, right?
Yeah, I've heard of them. They're supposed to have the longest range of any orbital cannon in the world.
I've only seen their spec sheets, but the destruction they're capable of is terrifying. Erebonia's still fighting with Calvert over Crossbell, and those guns are capable of targeting any point in Crossbell State. In just a couple hours, they could wipe Crossbell City and its 500,000 citizens off the map.
No way. That's way beyond being a weapon of war. More like an instrument of massacre.
I couldn't agree more. And neither could my grandfather, who supervised their construction. Even though my mother was the one who signed off on the project, my grandfather regretted it like the decision was his. As he was hesitating over whether to hand them over to the Imperial Army, my mother betrayed him.
What?
She went behind his back and secured the support of all of Reinford's major shareholders. Everyone from Ruhr's ruling lord Marquis Ragnar to the top brass of the Imperial Army was on her side. In the face of such overwhelming pressure from all sides, my grandfather was forced to capitulate. He stepped down as chairman, and my mother wasted no time taking his place. That's when my grandfather decided to leave the company entirely. And me. I thought I'd at least have Sharon on my side, but she just did whatever my mother told her to do. It's been 5 years since then already.
Oh. I think I get it now. Why she gets under your skin, I mean. It's not so much what your mother did, but how it ended up tearing your family apart.
Yeah. I couldn't believe my mother would betray her own father. I couldn't believe grandfather would take it without fighting back. I couldn't believe Sharon, who'd always supported me, watched it all happen without a word of protest. It really drove it home to me. How big the Reinford group was now, and how small I was. I hated realizing it had become so large that corporate interests were stronger than family ties. Looking back, I guess that's when I decided I'd leave home and enroll in the academy. Even when I ran, I couldn't go far enough to escape my mother's shadow, or the Reinford name. Then I come here and find my grandfather happily enjoying a whole new life without a care in the world. When I stepped outside, I was feeling so lost, so frustrated, wondering what I'd been doing all this time. But it's kind of strange, you know? I look up at the stars and it feels like I can escape the gravity of everything. I think I'm finally starting to understand why my grandfather chose to leave it all behind and move out here in the first place.
You really are strong, Elisa. Stronger than you realize. You were finally ready to talk about it. About your family and the company and everything. So, maybe you found what you were looking for to move past that, right?
Maybe you're right. But I don't think I would have been able to if I hadn't enrolled at the academy. Meeting everyone in Class 7, the lacrosse club, you... I'm a better person for it. Your support has already made a difference. So, thanks. Thanks for worrying about me. And thanks for reminding me to look up, not down.
Anytime. Though, truth be told, I came to check on you because Emma asked me to. Sorry to ruin the moment.
I thought that might be the case. Oh well, there's always next time. It's kind of strange to hear you tell me I'm strong, because I could say the same thing about you. You always seem to get thrust into the role of leader, someone we can count on to keep us on track.
I guess running errands on all my free days is really helping me buckle down. Still, I feel like I've got a long way to go, especially when I keep running from myself.
Huh?
Remember back in Keldic? I said that I came to the academy to find myself. But sometimes, I wonder if maybe I just wanted to get away. From my family, from myself.
Oh. Do you not get along well with your family?
Oh, I do. I'm not their real son, but my parents always loved me like I was. my sister and I, we've had our differences, especially lately, but we still get along pretty well. No, the problem's just with me.
Reen. Still, I suppose the fact you were finally ready to talk about it means that maybe you found what you were looking for to move past that, right? Who'd have thought I'd have the chance to feed you your own good advice so soon? I can't believe you can just say things like that with a straight face. Maybe being on the receiving end every now and then will do you some good.
Alright, you got me. I admit defeat. But yeah, I guess I'm starting to figure things out in my own way. Maybe enrolling in Thoris was the first thing I'd done right in a long time. I ended up in Class 7. And now, all of us are out here like this, spending time together.
Yeah, I like that. I hope the things we learned during our field studies can help us all make a difference in the world. So... Wait, all of us?
You two were gone so long that we started to get a little worried.
No way! How long have you been listening?
Still, I suppose the fact that you were finally ready to talk about it means that maybe you found what you were looking for to move past that, right?
Stop! Reen, he was the one who said it first. I was just repeating it back to him.
Oh, Lisa, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. Honestly, you touched my heart.
I apologize for eavesdropping on you, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad I did.
How did I end up in the middle of this anyway? Fine, if that's how you want to play it. None of you are getting any sleep until you've shared all your most embarrassing secrets.
What? I don't...
You wish.
Seems like you did well.
Honestly, I feel like she helped me more than I helped her. Hey, guys? This is a really beautiful place.
Yeah, ain't it?
Ooh, you're moving up in the world. I've got a little reward here for you. Keep up the good work.
Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, 55 hours. Shift's almost over. No sign of anything suspicious or anything at all, really. Why do we even do this every day? You do know what the point of having a sentry is, right? Oh, hey, you're early. But come on now. You've got to get where I'm coming from, at least a little. Evan, why? God damn it! I don't want to think about that. Road said he said the meanest thing to me just now. He's like, you know what else they said was a beautiful place? Cray Village. Why? Those are mean words, man. I stopped thinking about it. Cray Village was blown up by a nuke and trails through daybreak. It's gone. The city doesn't exist. The entire village of Cray no longer exists. It's gone. Like, it's off the map. It's just a giant crater. There is no Cray Village. I could understand if we were posted near Crossbow, but who's gonna start a war out here in the boondocks? Oh, god damn it, game! You never know, right? Perhaps the fact that you never expected would make it the perfect place to start a war. You know? Between Evan and this game, I stopped wanting to think about it. Of how peaceful this place is, and certainly nothing bad will happen. I was choosing to believe that. It probably isn't true, because it's too peaceful, so something's gonna happen here. Besides, Lieutenant General Vander says we need to stay on alert, and he knows the situation better than we do. The Lieutenant General's a great man, yeah. But what are those big shots from the 3rd Armored Division doing stationed in some backwater place like this anyway? You wanna go home? Sorry. You think that rumor's true that he got posted here because he wouldn't help the Blood and Iron Chancellor? But what would you say? That kind of idle gossiping is how rumors get wings. Fine, fine. Such a killjoy. Anyway, you got things covered here? I want to go get some sleep. Got a few minutes left of my shift, but you're here. And hey, who's counting? Honestly. Wait, what was that? God damn it. What the? What happened? Did they just get shelled? Who had the order to attack? No one. I've heard nothing of the sort. Zendergate needs to know about the... What the? No way. Oh, well... an enemy attack? Where is it coming from? Oh. Oh, Adios. There it is. Oh, it's just gone. Okay. No one's alive there. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, why are we saving? Wait, what? Why are we saving? That's not reassuring. Okay, well. Wait, what? Why are we saving? I'm so concerned why we're saving. Ah, that was a great meal. I don't think I could eat another bite. After how much we ate yesterday, I'm surprised we were still able to pack away this much food. Well, you're all growing boys and girls, so eat up. Riding takes a lot of energy, so I'd say eating like this is normal after a day out on the plains. Would anyone like more? I should probably refrain. If there's any chicken left, we can wrap it in bamboo and take it with us. Who knows? We might need something to gnaw on while we're out there today. Okay. Let me help too. I'll pour the leftover tea into some containers for you. Do I have to do my daily tasks? Ah, thanks. You really are too kind. You're our guests. What kind of host would we be if we didn't treat you as such? Anyway, here's the grand list of the tasks you'll be tending to today. I don't want to leave this area. Something's gonna happen when I leave. Oh, cool. There's only one thing and it's not required. A large unknown monster has been seen at the northern part of the Highlands. It must be exterminated at all costs. Monster. Details unknown. Location. Southwest area of the Northern Highlands near a cliff edge. I figured it couldn't hurt to give you fewer than yesterday. That one's not required, though. I don't have to do that to progress the story. Feel free to take advantage of that extra time to do whatever strikes your fancy. Maybe go off the beaten path a bit. Understood. Thank you again for everything. Do you want to spend some more time with your grandfather today, Elisa? It sounds like you weren't able to spend much time with him yesterday. Gwen stayed in the Elder's home yesterday, right? I imagine he ought to be up and about soon. We'd have no objections to completing this morning's task without you if you wish to spend more time with him. I have an objection. Eustace, I have an objection. I have an objection to that. But, Lacan, are you there? Elder? Yes, I'm here. Oh, good morning. Grandfather? Norton? Morning, everyone. Sorry to intrude. Judging by the looks on your faces, it seems not all is well. I'm afraid you're right. We received word from Zender Gate just a short while ago. They say the Imperial Army's watchtower has been attacked. What? It sounds like it all happened in the middle of the night. And that's not the last of it either. The Republican Army's base has been attacked too. This isn't going to be pretty. Okay. Airborne Armored Division being sent out first, as always, I see. I suppose it's only a matter of time before they give the order to the armored regiments, too. Lieutenant General, we've confirmed the deaths of 2 of the guards. A further 3 have sustained serious injuries, but we've been able to stabilize their condition. I see. Have the medics seated them the second they arrive? Yes, sir. Contact Zender Gate. Prepare the 3rd Armored Division for deployment. I want all armored vehicles ready to move before I return. Hey, you sure you don't need us to help? I appreciate your willingness, but we'll be fine. Never say those words to me, sir. We're used to the procedures for moving the settlement in case of an emergency. The same goes for you, Gaius. I assume you'll be heading to Zender Gate to learn more about the current situation from Lieutenant General Vander. Not as a citizen of Nord, but as a student of Thor's military academy. I will. Will you be staying here, Grandfather? I will. I can use the truck after all. No! And since I was here anyway, I might as well do what I can to get that settlement ready to move. Alright, please, take care of yourself. I'm sorry, Elder Lacan. I feel terrible that I can't help when you need it most. Natra, I don't know how this is your fault, man. You have your job to do. There's no need to worry about us. May the blessing of the winds of the goddess be with you all. Take care. Yes, Link? I don't know! You know, that might be my fault. I did point out that Gaius is from the water tribe, but without the water. Anyway, BRB. So... I looked at Evan and told him, why didn't you tell me this game was so depressing? And then his response was, you do know it's called Cold Steel because of the Cold War, right? And I'm just like, oh. But we're only in chapter 3. I thought we'd at least get, like, halfway through the game before it becomes depressing. Yeah, he's like, you do know it's called Cold Steel because of the Cold War, right? And I'm like, oh. Oh. Yeah, so... He's like, you do know that the war that happened at the beginning was literally the Cold War, right? And I'm just like, oh. It's okay. It's okay, guys. This game, this series is called Cold Steel because of the Cold War. It's fine. We will. We must make Resender Gate at once. Indeed, we must find out as much as we can about what happened. The Nord Highlands are temporarily inaccessible. Northern reaches, okay. Wait. Wasn't my side quest in the northern Nord Highlands? Yes, but you can do it later. All I will say is follow your heart. Whatever you do, be sure to have no regrets. Okay, can I leave? I'm done. Follow your heart and have no regrets, he says. Like 50 million death flags. No, okay, so why did I call Gaius the Water Tribe, but without the water? Bro, look at his fucking father. Does he not look like Sokka and Katara's father? Their mother also... Gaius' mother also looks like their mom. Like... Bro, you can't fucking tell me he doesn't look like their father. They're nomadic. Brother, the Southern Water Tribe's nomads. Okay. Okay. Don't get too worked up about all this. We're used to doing this. Seems like there were some fatalities over the watchtower. I'm sure it'll only get worse if war actually breaks out too. We have a duty to keep our family safe from that. You have a duty to make sure the same doesn't happen to your families. Peace be the journey. Wait. Is he old enough to fight? Y'all, that's Gaius' brother. I'm leaving. Okay. Excuse me, Lacan. We'd like to ask some questions about the monster you want us to exterminate. Sure, ask away. Well, it's not a required task. It can't hurt to know more about it, just in case. In that case, we would like to know about the monster itself. Based on the request, it's a type of monster no one's ever seen before. Yes, I can confirm that as of this morning, in fact. Just its figure alone is a mystery. What I saw there was no ordinary monster, but a giant made of stone. A giant made of stone? That sounds remarkably similar to the golems from old fairy tales. We have legends of such a creature as well. And now that you mention it, that monster was strikingly similar to what's described in those stories. That's just bizarre. I've got a bad feeling about this. Me too. We should probably get rid of it quickly before anything happens. That's exactly why I decided to assign you this task. Guys, I got a bad feeling the second I saw your parents. That's why I said it. He's basically the water tribe without the water. I got a bad feeling the second I saw his parents, and I'm like, oh dear God. If you're going after it, head over to the southwestern area of the Highlands Northern region. However, keep in mind that there's no need to force yourselves should it prove to be more dangerous than anticipated. Got it. Thanks for the information, Dad. Either way, we should go and get a look at it ourselves at least. We can decide what to do after that. Be careful out there. May the blessing of the winds and the goddess be with you. See, if I want an S rank for the chapter, I have to do that, don't I? Absolutely. Okay, cool. Can't go to the north, though, right now. I'm really sorry to put you guys up to this. You already helped me out more than enough yesterday. No problem. Don't sweat it. This must be the kind of breaking news every press photographer dreams of being on the scene for. Still, it bothers me. How is it possible that both the Imperial and Republican bases were attacked at the same time? Do you think one attacked first and the other swiftly retaliated? No time to think about that right now. We need to hurry. We need to get to Zender Gate as fast as we can. Right. Whoa, don't write too roughly. Alright.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's one of the Imperial Army's airships.
Where? Oh.
This situation is looking worse by the minute.
We need to hurry. Yeah.
Those are armored cars from the Imperial Army.
Damn, this isn't looking good.
Suddenly the music changed. Oh, so they are. Looks like the Imperial Army's 3rd Armored Division. And it appears they're preparing for deployment. Thanks, everyone. Let me go see if I can get permission to start taking photographs. I wonder where Lieutenant General Vander could be. We need to find him so he can tell us what's going on here. I suspected you might show up. Lieutenant General, did you have some business to attend elsewhere, sir? I thought I'd conduct another sweep of the area as a precaution. But never mind that now. You came at the perfect time. A freight train bound for Ruhr departs 30 minutes from now. I want you all to board that train. Finish up your field study as quickly as you can and return to the academy. What? But sir... While things ultimately depend on the actions of the Republican Army, the bottom line is that we may be mere hours away from armed conflict with the Calvard Republic. I've already informed everyone in the settlement. Did they not relay the message to you? Be that as it may. We can't just turn tail and pretend none of this is happening. Yes, we can, Reen. Let's go. Lieutenant General, have you established which side attacked first? Gaius. That's the central question here. It's still under investigation. You have my assurance that the Imperial Army did not attack. We did not make the first move, nor have we retaliated. However, our army's watchtower was destroyed, and several guards lost their lives. As the officer in charge of Zender Gate, I have a duty to act. So there really were fatalities. Let's presume, for the sake of argument, that the damage sustained by the Republican Army's base was in fact deliberate sabotage by their own forces. How bad was the damage? Several of their facilities suffered major structural damage. Their losses appear to be, at minimum, equal to ours. Honestly, I'd estimate them to be far greater. But if they suffered even more damage than we did, that doesn't make any sense. I'm afraid we've long since passed the point where leisurely discussing our possibilities was an option. I will do all I can to avoid full-scale war, but we're prepared for the possibility of armed conflict. And I suspect they are as well. But that just seems so wrong. If that's your opinion, Lieutenant General, will you at least allow me the chance to investigate what happened on my own? Gaius? Investigate? On your own? As I'm sure you're aware, I know the Highlands like the back of my hand. And when someone attempts to threaten the peace of my homeland, I won't rest until I've unearthed the truth behind what's happening. You're serious. We'll do everything we can to help you. I think this falls within the scope of our field study, too. No, wait. This is the people of Nord's problem. There's no reason for you all to stay here and risk getting caught in the crossfire. A classmate and friend is staying behind. Isn't that reason enough? I am a son of the House of Alberea. I would never disgrace the honor of my family name by fleeing in the face of danger. Besides, it seems like your people have done a lot for my grandfather. Gaius, do you remember what you said to us back at Heimdall Station? The most important thing is that we all come back safe and sound. Everything else is secondary. Heh. It appears you've lost this one, Gaius. Lieutenant General, It's currently 10:05. I will permit you until 12:30 to conduct your investigation. I will do everything in my power to postpone any potential conflict until at least then. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Then we haven't a moment to waste. We should begin by visiting the watchtower that was attacked. That sounds like a good place to start.
Thank you. Really, I appreciate it more than you know.
It's no big deal, honestly.
I agree with Elisa. We're classmates after all. And more than that, we're friends.
Well, this is clearly of great importance to you.
I know you want to protect your people, but that's not the only reason you're doing this, is it?
You got me. It ties back into why I accepted the Lieutenant General's recommendation and entered the Academy too. I'm sure each of you feels the same about your own homes, but I love this land with all my heart. The wind racing across the highlands, the vast mountain peaks, the clear blue of the sky, the breathtaking beauty of the rising sun, the melancholy of the sunset, the twinkling of the stars in the twilight. I love everything about this land of Nord. It's part of who I am.
Wow. I guess it hadn't sunk in how much Nord means to you.
I'm certainly attached to Ruhr, but
I can't think of anyone else who would state their love for their homeland so poetically.
If you love it so much, why did you leave it behind? If you truly love Nord, if Nord is such a part of you, what is it that drove you to enroll in a military academy in a foreign land so far away?
I'm not surprised you'd find it strange. To be honest, I'm still not totally sure what compelled me to do it. Back when I was a kid, the Republican Army built a base in the Eastern Plains, and the Imperial Army responded in kind with the watchtower. It's made me more uneasy with every passing year. Years ago, a traveling priest from the Septian Church taught me all about the history of the continent. One thing that stood out to me was just how many lives have been lost during the conflicts between the major powers. Another major theme was just how profound of an impact the Orbital Revolution had on people's lives. Even the concepts of time and distance have changed so much. In effect, the Orbital Revolution shrunk the world. It made me realize a sad truth, one that kind of scares me even now. That there was no guarantee my homeland could stay at peace forever. That one day, it might be drawn into outsiders' conflicts and be occupied and redistricted into oblivion.
can't believe you were thinking about such weighty things even as a kid.
So then, you joined the Academy in order to learn more about the outside world that posed a threat to your homeland?
Yeah, something along those lines. When I realized how afraid I was, I knew I couldn't close my eyes. I wanted to do something, anything, to protect this land. As luck would have it, I met the Lieutenant General. He's the one who told me about Thor's military academy. One thing led to another, he offered me a recommendation, and before I knew it, I took him up on his offer. So there I was, green as grass, heading off to study abroad despite having no clue what life in the Empire was like. Thinking back on how it all came together, what you said is probably what I was thinking back then.
Honestly, I've yet to hear a student offer a more galvanizing reason than yours for enrolling in the Academy.
I have to agree. I don't know too many people who love their home so much that they leave it behind to find a way to protect it.
It's not a sentiment I can imagine many Erebonians feeling, that's for sure. But I think I finally understand. Elisa? Just an idle thought. But having heard Gaius pour his heart out to us, there's no way we can just walk away from this. Not after the people of Nord gave us such a warm welcome and treated us like family. Indeed, I couldn't have asked for more.
Agreed. We'll get to the bottom of what's going on here and stop Ward from breaking out.
Nord may not be our home, but it's still an important neighbor. I'll do what I can to aid you.
Thanks, all of you. Really, thank you.
You can see shell damage everywhere. It's even worse than I'd feared. They've confirmed casualties too. I didn't think I'd ever have to see anything like this. As students at a military academy, things like this are always within the realm of possibility. Although I hardly expected my first sight of such devastation to be the spark that ignites war with Calvard. This may be too much for students like us to handle. No. We've all been in situations that looked impossible before, haven't we? And every time, we've come through. We just have to stay calm and think. I'm sure we can do something here, too. You're right. True. We should focus on doing what we can. Whatever we decide to do, we need a better grasp on of the situation. Yeah, let's find who's in charge and get their permission to start an investigation. I see. If Lieutenant General Vander has given you his permission, I see no reason to refuse. Thank you. However, I want to make it clear that armed conflict with Calvard could begin at any moment. We've got our hands full staying on guard for any potential threat from the east. I'll permit you to speak with the soldiers here, but don't get in the way of them doing their duties. Understood. Okay, let's get started. We should start by speaking with the soldiers and assessing the damage. That seems wise. When we've gathered all the information we need, we can start piecing it together. Right, let's go. I lost some good friends last night. I'm still having trouble getting over it. Rowan might have been the hardest working soldier here. Can't believe he's just gone. Please, do what you can with your investigation. Why did they have to die? Oh god. Worse than I feared. I keep telling Zatz and Manning to get some rest, but they just won't listen. Can't say that I blame them, though. They're the only ones who survived the attack without suffering major injuries, after all. We need to re-establish our surveillance of the Republican Army as soon as possible. From now on, we of the 3rd Armored Division will be stationed here to take over surveillance duties. First and foremost, though, we need to get a thorough understanding of what's going on here. We need to focus all our vigilance towards the east. You have my permission to conduct your investigation and speak with my men, but stay out of their way as much as you can. I'm from the 1st Engineer Squad of the 3rd Armored Division. We brought a lot of tools and materials to help clear away the rubble, but you're welcome to use them if you want. I can sell you some of our materials to tune your ordnance too. The damage here is pretty severe. I can only assume it was caused by some kind of mortar. The perpetrators better not think they'll get off lightly, attacking an Imperial Army facility like this. Oh. 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 Huh? Is this? What's up, Elisa? Is there something unusual about that scrap of metal? I knew it. This is a mortar shell manufactured by the Reinford Company. Are you sure? Yeah, I've seen them before, on the assembly line. There are only a couple models capable of firing this kind of shell. That would suggest that the mortar used to fire it was also made by the Reinford Company. But if we assume that's true, it seems much less likely that the Republic was responsible. True. Why would the Republican army use a weapon made in the Empire? It doesn't make much sense to me. Even if we account for deception, it seems unlikely the cavalry would go this far to conceal their involvement. Though considering the stakes, we can't entirely rule out the possibility. Still, this might prove to be an important clue to solving this mystery. Roan, why'd you have to go and die on me? Zats. He seems pretty down. Can't say I don't understand how he feels, though. It was right when the shifts changed. Roan came out to relieve me, and I was chattering away with him like always. That's when the first shell hit us. Must have been around 3 in the morning. So it started around 3 then? Right in the middle of the night. I was on lookout. I should have noticed something was off, but that explosion completely took me by surprise. I was so sure nothing would ever happen out here that, when something actually did, I was totally useless. If I just paid a bit more attention, if I had been a better soldier, Roan might still be with us now. It's not your fault. None of us could have predicted that something like this would happen. You can hardly blame yourself for a lack of vigilance after being stationed in a peaceful area like this for so long. They attacked in the dead of night, knowing your guard would be down. I wonder if it really was the Republican army's doing after all. We need more information before we can say for sure. No, I don't think it was them. There was something else that happened before we came under attack. We heard an explosion coming from the Republican army's base. When we looked, we saw smoke pouring from it. What? We knew that both bases were attacked. But did both attacks really happen around the same time? If that's so, it's unlikely that either army was responsible. Who is responsible then? We should keep this in mind as we piece things together. This is awful. It really is. It looks like they got hit hard. And to think there were casualties. You know the Imperial Army isn't going to sit and twiddle their thumbs after suffering an attack like this. They have their image to uphold, after all. Hey, looks like most of the damage is concentrated on the south side of the building. You think whoever carried out the attack could have done it from the Highlands? It seems very likely. But where on the plans could they launch an attack like that from? Well, the Highlands are incredibly vast. We'd need some kind of clue to even know where to start looking. Yeah, hopefully, we'll be able to find something here that'll point us in the right direction. How's the situation with the Republican Army? Looks like they're really hustling over there. We've confirmed a number of armored vehicles entering and exiting the area. We've heard their base got hit pretty badly too. And even from over here, it sure looks that way. The Lieutenant General said that the Republican base got hit at least as hard as the Watchtower, if not harder. But we believe they were responsible for that as well. They need an excuse to attack us, and that sure as hell looks like one. Do you really think it's true? That much damage seems awfully excessive. They probably just got overzealous with the explosives. Doesn't make much difference either way. If they're brazen enough to attack us, we'll blow them back across the border. The soldiers here all seem to have their doubts, but without any hard evidence, we're not going to be able to convince them of anything. We should reconsider the possibility that this was a deliberate act of sabotage by Calvard's forces. I think that's all the info we can gather here. I think so too. Now, we need to analyze what we've learned. First, we should establish a good picture of what was happening when the attack occurred. That seems like the best place to start. So first of all, what time did the actual attack on the Watchtower happen? 3 a.m. It was 3 a.m. Yes, that's what the guard told us. But that wasn't all that was going on then. That's right, the Republican Army's base also came under attack. And according to the Lieutenant General, they suffered even greater damage than what happened here. I think we can safely discount the possibility that the Republican Army bombed their own forces then. But there's no evidence that the Imperial Army launched an attack either. All we know is that both attacks happened and both sides took heavy damage. However, as Elisa said, we have no evidence to suggest that either side was responsible. If we accept that as a fact, the most likely scenario is that the responsibility lies with another party entirely. So, you think a third party is working behind the scenes to provoke both countries into starting a war? Tensions between the Empire and the Republic are always high, but compared to other areas of similar political value, the Nord Highlands have always been peaceful. I can conceive of no reason either country would have decided to break that peace last night. I agree. If anything, it seems that the negatives would outweigh the positives for both parties. If this were Crossbell, it might be a different story, but here... Now that you mention it, we found something else odd about the attack on the Watchtower, didn't we? Something that seems to point to a third party's involvement. Something else odd about the attack on the Watchtower. I'll bet she's referring to this. The weapon that was used. You're talking about the mortars used for the attack, right? Exactly. It looks like the orbital mortars they used in the attack were an old Rhineford model. And I, for one, find it pretty unlikely that the Republican Army is packing Erebonian-made weapons. Indeed, they have little reason to be considering the Republic has its own major orbital technology manufacturer. The Verne Company, as I recall. Yeah, the Verne Company is responsible for manufacturing most of the arms used by the Republican Army. Then there's the fact that the mortar used here is old. The Imperial Army hasn't used this model for years. I've heard the military surplus sometimes makes its way onto the black market and ends up in the hands of mercenaries. Knowing that, it seems unlikely that either army chose to use it to cover their tracks. Quite. However, there is a far more pressing question we need to answer. What do you mean? Ah, I know where you're going. We need to know where the attack was launched from in the first place. That's going to be difficult to work out. But without that vital detail, all our speculation thus far is for naught. If we intend to avert a war, we need more than speculation. We need conclusive evidence. Agreed. But the Highlands are far too vast to just strike out searching blindly. Especially with the Lieutenant General's deadline rapidly approaching. Actually, we may not have to start our search blind. If Elisa and Gaius will lend me a hand, I may be able to help. Huh? What do you have in mind? If I can factor the location of the damage together with the speed and trajectory of the mortar shells, and then take into account the Highlands winds, I may be able to estimate the area from which the mortar was fired. Potentially, anyway. Are you serious? It sounds easier said than done. I'll do what I can. Are you familiar with the specifics of the shell that was used? I think so. It's an old model, but I should be able to give you some rough data. That should be plenty. Anyway, let's have another look at those damaged areas and sort our calculations. Please come with me, everyone. Right. Alright, I think I've calculated our rough location. I believe the mortar was fired from a location to the south of here. Using the map as a reference point, that means it was likely launched from somewhere in this area. And according to my calculations, the launch site shouldn't be too far from here. Well, wow, I can't believe you managed to work that out. That's well beyond the level of mathematics we cover in class. I'll enjoy watching Regnitz really sweat it out trying to best you on our next midterm. Just a little applied physics. I couldn't have done it without Elisa and Gaius' help. It looks like we've got a nice big piece of the puzzle right in our hands. Sure seems like it. Let's take off and start looking. Right. Alright, let's start looking for where the mortar was actually fired from. If what Emma calculated is correct, it should have been fired from a point south of the watchtower. And most likely from a point that's easy to overlook, so that it's not found out. Let's see if we can find anywhere that fits the description. We'll likely need to rely on the map to help us. Now imagine the guys actually went alone, he'd never get this done. You know? Fair. I wonder if the Cobra could still be there. Regardless, we should see what we can find. Before I go there, I should save? Why? Why are you telling me to save? Oh, I didn't mean to get off my horse. Were you reminding me to save, or were you telling me to save? Because there's a difference. You were telling me to save? Why? That concerns me. Hey, over there. You found something? No, telling me to save and reminding me to save are two totally different things. What's a rope ladder doing all the way up there? I can hardly believe its presence here to be mere chance. Do the people of Nord use this area for anything? Not that I've ever known of. This just got that much more suspicious then. Perhaps the mortar was fired from somewhere up here? It definitely seems worth a look. I'm just not sure how we're going to get up there. We can't reach that rope ladder from down here. I see no way to climb up the cliff face itself either. If you have any suggestions, now would be a fine time. I believe I have an idea. What if we were able to make use of Elisa's orbital bow? My bow? How? Well, if you were able to hit the cord that's tying the rope ladder, perhaps it would unroll itself, allowing us to climb up. I'm glad you think I'm that good of a shot, but I really don't see it working. It was just a thought. Well, it's not like we have any better ideas. Why not give it a try? True enough, and time is one resource we don't have much of right now. Searching for some manner of tool to pull it down would cost us precious time as well. I can't really argue with that. Alright, here goes nothing. Wait, what? It actually worked? You seem to have the makings of a great hunter. It seems this is a day for lucky shots. We'll have to start calling her Quick Draw Elisa. Was I just imagining things, or did that arrow glow for a second? Well, now that we can reach the ladder, why don't we go have a look on top of the cliff? Yeah, let's see what's up there. I also noticed that, though. Save again? Stop! Stop telling me to fucking save! What lies up here? What's up here? Is my party fully prepared? Why? I don't know, are they? It seemed good enough. Why? What lies beyond here? There. Exactly the smoking gun we were looking for, too. Well, old Orbital mortars, all Reinford models too, and it looks like they've been reused recently. So this is where they were hiding them. I can see why they chose this place. Who would think to look here? They must have fled the area after firing them last night, leaving the launches where they were. But unfortunately, these alone do not furnish enough evidence to avert the war. You're right, unfortunately. If we just had a bit more evidence. Still, this is a solid step forward for our investigation. Perhaps we should return to Zendergate and let the Lieutenant General know. That sounds like a good idea. Alright, let's go report. Save again? Oh, God. Evan, what happens? What happens that you keep telling me to save? Don't worry about it? Okay. Okay. I don't know what happens that Evan keeps telling me to save, bro. There. Isn't that... It's that flying object we saw fleeing from Auroch's fort from near Breahard. There's no mistaking something that strange, and it looks like it's carrying something. It can't be a coincidence that they show up now, of all times. They're heading northwest, and we're going after them. Right. Saddle up. Wait, what? You have to go to the northwest area in 2 minutes. To get the AP? I have to do this shit in 2 Okay, well, let's go. Let's lock in, gamers. Wait. Wait, where? Where am I going? This way? Because that's northwest. Is this way. I have to go across the fucking map into... Okay, well. Oh, wait, shit.
Can't let them get away.
There's actually a 2-minute timer. I didn't realize there was actually a 2-minute timer. Oh, God. Jesus, okay. Well, I understand why everyone wanted me to save now.
Crap, they're fast.
Those stone
Still
pillars?
inside of them.
Wait, what happens if I don't make it in 2 minutes? Do you really want me to answer? No. No. No, I don't want the answer. Just kidding.
Did they touch down near the stone circle?
There's no escape for them now.
Really? You just go loop-de-loop, right?
Yeah.
Green, please! You just go on a loopy-loop, right? Is that how you get there? Is this a loopy-loop? I'm glad there's no enemies that are responding right now. Jesus. Loop-de-loop! To be fair, it's a lot harder if you don't know where they go. You know, that's fair. I definitely saw them land around here. I can send someone up ahead. Really? Yeah, I'm betting it's that thing we're chasing. Ah, so our quarry is finally within reach. I think it was carrying a young girl. Well, we'll find out what we're dealing with soon enough. Save again? Okay. Why? What? Is it a boss fight? Potentially. Okay, before I do the boss fight, BRB! Evan saw the blonde moments excuse, and he then told me that he's gonna start using that as an excuse when he's dumb, and then I just looked at him with his fucking brown hair, and I'm just like, brother. Bro has fucking brown hair. He's never been blonde. He's never been blonde. Not once. Not even dyed his hair blonde. You nominate him an honorary blonde? You're friends with too many blonde people? Should I be offended? Wait, hold on. No, aren't you only friends with 2 blonde people? Should we be offended? I feel like I'm offended. Okay, well, Ada doesn't really count as a friend. Ada kind of counts like a sister to Evan. Not really a friend. Wait, should I be offended? I'm offended. I'm gonna go get Jack. No, you wait here, Evan. I'm gonna go get Jack. Okay, I got him. Jack, Evan said that he is friends with too many blonde people. And, should we be offended? What does that mean? We were talking about having blonde moments, then Evan claimed he was gonna use that as an excuse not being a blonde, and then he said he's friends with too many blonde people. You know, it was worth it just for that. Okay, you can carry on now. Evan just got the look of disappointment. Jack said, dude, why? And then he just looked at Evan. I'm just like, oh god. You just got the look of disappointment. Yeah? Yeah, what is it, Link? Color is Nate's hair? Black? Or dark brown, depending on what light he's in. It's like a very, very deep brown color, or if it's like less lighting, it looks black. You're gonna tell Nate Link said that? Wait, no, hold on. No more Linky mod if you do that. Panic? Your color is gone. Well, Nacho, what color was your hair before you became bald? Or chose bald? I don't know your life. Do you even remember what color your hair was? Brown? Why is it always blonde moments? Why can't it be brown moments? That sounds... You know, I retract my statement. I'm leaving. Goodbye. Evan, listen, man. That wasn't as bad as the "we can't beat him, he's black" statement, though. You know, that's fair. game now. There they are. He really does look like a child. But what is that silver construct with her? Save the speculation for later. We need to capture them before they escape.
I think that about covers everything. Now, what to do? It'd be easy enough to overpower them, but there's a good chance some of them would get away. But just killing them all seems really cruel, too.
Halt! Stay where you are!
Ooh, it's the military academy students.
She knows about us?
How?
Just who are you?
And what's that thing beside you?
So, who are you? Were you involved with the attacks on the Watchtower and the Republican Army's base?
We'd rather not accuse you of a crime you didn't commit. But can you at least tell us who you are and what you're doing here?
Aw, how did I end up being the bad guy? This is gonna make things a bit sticky. Oh, I know what I can do! Everything will go hunky-dory if you guys help me out.
What?
What are you talking about? But first, I hope you won't mind if I give you a little test, just to be sure you're up to the challenge.
Is that a challenge?
I'm Milliam Orion. And this is Eric Getlam, but you can just call him Lammy for short. Okay, let's get started! Let's get started!
Oh, okay.
Here we go!
This is my secret weapon! Target normal energy! Antenna arrow!
Ready your strength! Calamity! Flames, gather on my blade!
Why am I being so mean to her?
Get him! Oh, please! Guess I let my guard down.
Turn 1 victory! Nailed it. I'm so good at this game, guys. The battle time was 1 minute, 1 second. And that was mainly because of the fucking animations of the things. Nailed it. I'm so good at this game, guys.
Wow! You guys are pretty tough. Yep, looks like you'll be great for the job, all right.
We've had quite enough of your wild chases and your games.
You were the one who attacked both of those military facilities, weren't you? Oh, no, that wasn't me! Ugh, what can I say to make you believe me?
Just tell us what you can. Anything you know that might help us find out who was actually responsible.
You said you wanted our help? If helping you would restore peace to the Highlands, we're ready to help out however we can. But you have to talk to us. Help us understand what's happening.
Come on, you two.
I hope you don't come to regret your naivete.
You said your name was Milliam, right? We really don't have much time. So could you tell us what it is you want our help with?
Well, what I want you to help me with is capturing the small armed group responsible for attacking the Watchtower and the Republican Army's base. What did you just say? You saw those mortars earlier, right? There's a bunch more hidden near the Republican Army's base. I'm guessing it was the same group that set them up at both locations.
Wait.
Do you have any idea who this armed group might be?
Well, I'm
I'm not 100% sure or anything. But they look like a bunch of Jaeger dropouts, so I'm guessing they're working for a pretty meaty chunk of Mira. I was on my way to go find out for sure.
Wait, then...
You know where they are?
Sure do. They're up in the north of the Highlands. If you promise to help me out, I'd be happy to show you the way. So, how about it?
All right, you have our aid. I'm Reen Schwarzer, Thor's Military Academy, Class 7.
Gaius Wurzel.
I'm Elisa Reinford. It's, nice to meet you.
My name is Emma Milstein. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Eustace Alberea. And just so you know, you still have much to answer for regarding your intrusion into Auroch's fort.
You knew that was us, huh? It'd be super cool if we could just, put that whole thing behind us for the time being.
If we must.
Now.
Nice to meet you all, too. Anyway, what are we just hanging around here for? Let's make for the north of the Highlands.
All right, but I'd like to swing by the settlement first.
Yeah, we should use your telephone to report back to Zendergate about everything we found out so far.
Okay, let's get going then. Oh, yeah. Are you going to be riding on the back of your... thing?
Well, I could, but I think I'm gonna ride on the back of your horse instead.
Wait, what?
Lammy!
Whoa! It vanished.
And the way it did so seems familiar somehow.
Come on, are we going or not? Let's go catch us some big bad wannabe Jaegers!
Wait, what? She's level 33! Guys, get out of here. Fucking get out of here, man. Alright. Oh. 598 strength? Damn. Okay.
Yeah!
Woohoo! This is amazing!
If you keep squirming around back there, you're gonna fall off. Yeah!
Oh, do I just go there now? I guess I guess I'm just at the settlement now. A Republican Army airship? What's it doing this deep into the Highlands? This is what they call invasive reconnaissance or something like that, right? They basically trespass with just enough force to see what the enemy's up to and how many troops they've got. So that's their aim. Just who are you? It's a secret. Anyway, don't you guys need to get a hold of Zendergate? She's right. Let's move. Alright. Bro, you're all safe. Toma, I'm so glad to see you're okay. Bro, same. We saw a Republican airship flying overhead. Yeah, it's been circling up there for a while now. Is there really going to be a war? We're doing everything we can to make sure that doesn't happen. We need to hurry and borrow the Elder's telephone. So you have reason to believe that the armed group is hiding in the Northern Highlands? Yeah, seems like that's what's going on. We're currently on our way to investigate. I suppose all our hopes are pinned on this. Very well, I'm extending your deadline to 1500. Be on your guard. Will do. Please, do whatever you can to postpone any conflict. So the culprits used to be members of a Jaeger Corps. I've heard the term mentioned before, but I know little of them. Well, they're trouble, that's for sure. Let us handle this. We're not going to let anyone start a war here. It appears that even if I wish to sway you, your mind is already made up. Let me see if I can get this phone to pick up the orbital waves from your Arcus units. Now, you give me a call if anything happens. Thank you, Grandfather. May the winds and the goddess guide you. I'll be praying for your safety. Heh, let's jam! Okay, we're counting on you to show us the way. Where in the Northern Highlands are they hiding anyway? Oh, I think you probably know the place. You know that huge statue north of here? There's a creepy old ruin around back. That's where they're all holed up. If I go to Zendergate, I can get Red Moon Rose Chapter 7. Wait, say no more. I'll talk to everyone later, hold on. Wait, I need a continuation. Wait, hold on, say no more. I have to go to Zendergate real quick, BRB. Forgot how to get there. No, it's this way. You know, I could have finished talking to everyone first. No. No. Book more important. The book is more important, man. Wait, who do I talk to? On top of the tank? Wait, hold on. No, this is important, man. Chapter 7, Parting of the Ways. I have no further need of your assistance. His mind still reeling from the skill that Rose had demonstrated in her earlier battle. The only way he could react to her words was with dumbfounded silence. There were plenty of ways he could have argued back, not least by pointing out that they had yet to discover the vampire's identity, and that the reason she had originally agreed that they worked together was so that he could use his position in the army to aid her in doing so. As if reading his mind, she said, I discovered the identity of the vampire this afternoon. As such, there is no longer anything you can do to help me. His initial reaction was doubt. How could she have possibly been the only one to discover the vampire's identity when they had conducted their investigation together? But then it hit him. They hadn't always been together. They had split up to investigate a wider area today, too. And if she had discovered a vital clue during a period where they were acting separately, it made perfect sense that only she would have worked out the truth. He tried again. But still, I have my reasons for wanting to see this through to the end, too. I can't just go back to living as if none of this ever happened. Rose knew this already, of course. He had told her about his parents' murder once already, and made her realize that the two cases might be connected. She sighed, her reaction making it perfectly clear that pointing that out would do nothing to change her mind. She met his eyes again, unwavering in the slightest as she said, Then allow me to put my position to you more bluntly. You are not a help. You are a hindrance. It was as if a sharp blade had pierced his chest. Her words left him shocked and speechless. She continued, I would have thought that anyone who looked around would be able to realize that this is not a matter that ordinary people can, or should, involve themselves in. As she spoke, she gestured in the directions of the ghouls, or rather, human corpses that were once ghouls, littering the surrounding area. Some were riddled with bullet holes, some had smashed skulls, some had no heads at all. Her words caused Alphonse's memory to return once again to the battle he had witnessed. Even if he had tried to intervene earlier than he did, would he have been able to do anything? No. On the contrary, it was easy to imagine him getting in Rose's way, becoming a liability and interfering with her ability to fight. Alphonse looked down at the ground dejectedly. It was galling to hear, and realize that he might be useless in this. Rose opened her mouth to continue, her gaze somewhat distant. A long time ago, I tried to pursue another vampire with the help of a civilian just like you. I was hesitant at first, but after he insisted so vehemently, I eventually accepted. Alphonse looked up, stunned at what he was hearing. He had assumed that he was the first person to offer to assist her. He was killed by the vampire we were pursuing. After that, the vampire disappeared, never to be seen again. It was clear by the pain in her voice that for someone whose life revolved around killing vampires, there could have been no worse outcome. Of all the jobs I've undertaken, this was my worst failure, and the most terrible stain on my record. I will not allow something like that to happen again. As such, I have always tried to keep you at arm's length. All I wanted from you was for you to make it easier for me to conduct my investigation and find out what I wanted to know. I was just using you all along, she continued on, telling him that everything had gone the way she hoped it would, perhaps even better. Thanks to his contribution, she had been able to discover the identity of the vampire, and the army was able to find out what it looked like, helping them to keep people off the streets and allowing her to successfully lure the vampire out. For that, at the very least, she was grateful. Alphonse could only stand and listen as her cold words washed over him, the meaning of what she was actually saying not truly sinking in. She fell silent for a moment and took a deep breath before starting again. The worlds we live in are just too different. We should never have even met, and yet, by coincidence, we did. But that's all. Now you need to forget that it ever happened and go back to the life you should always have lived. Besides, as a vampire hunter, the only life for me is one of solitude. She gave a small self-deprecating smile before turning to walk away from him. Seeing that smile and hearing what she said, something struck Alphonse as off. And yet, he could not call out to her. It was as if there were an impenetrable wall between them now, stopping him from interacting any further with her. I can take care of everything by myself now. All I ask of you is to stay away and let me do it. Farewell. She said her final words as she walked, without so much as turning to face him, and then disappeared into the dark night. Left behind, Alphonse stood alone, frozen to the spot in a sea of blood. The next day, 10 unidentified bodies were discovered in Heimdall, and the surrounding area filled with disorder the likes of which had never been seen before. Numerous soldiers moved to and fro, surveying the area under Gerard's direction, while crowds of curious onlookers tried to get a closer look at the gruesome display. Even Alphonse, who had been removed from the main investigation team, had been called in to assist this time. Alphonse had expected the bodies to be heavily disfigured from Rose's attacks, but when he reached the scene, he could see no evidence whatsoever that the previous night's battle had even taken place. The only marks on the bodies were the bite marks left by the vampire. At first, the fact confused him, but then he remembered that Rose was somehow connected to the church. It seemed quite possible, then, that she would have worked alongside others, one or more of who may have arrived later to disguise any evidence of their involvement. After all, the church had the ability to purify weapons to allow them to contend with vampires. The possibility that they might also be able to put corpses back together was hardly a stretch after all the things he had already witnessed. Realizing how ludicrous that would sound to the average person, he could only laugh to himself under his breath. There was no sign of Rose at the scene, although Alphonse hadn't really expected that she would appear to begin with. She made it clear the previous night that their original arrangement was over. Most likely, Rose would go on to bring an end to the vampire murders herself in secret, with the culprit never apprehended, and the fact that vampires actually existed never being revealed to the world. But could he live with everything ending that way? There was still one burning doubt in Alphonse's heart, a lingering unease that refused to go away, the expression on her face as she turned to walk away. As a vampire hunter, the only life for me is one of solitude. That may have been what she said, but the sad smile on her lips when she did so told a different story, coolness underlined with resignation. Her words had been blunt, but to Alphonse they also seemed tinged with loneliness. Alphonse found himself reflecting on what loneliness meant to him. It was a feeling he was all too familiar with after losing his parents. In the blink of an eye, he had been left with no one who cared for him, no one who would be kind to him, no one who would look out for him. It was easy to imagine how being placed in a situation like that would gradually eat away at a person. Fortunately for Alphonse, his father's friend Gerard had held out a hand of salvation to him, and he had later met others like Luca who cared for him, and he for them. It was thanks to them that he was able to free himself of the loneliness that may have otherwise consumed him. Nonetheless, the experience had taught him exactly how painful living like that could be, and that humans could not completely live alone. Rose, however, had said that living in solitude was the only life for her. But did she honestly mean that? Or did she really long to break free from it, yet something was stopping her from doing so? With the memory of his own experience so painful even after all those years, Alphonse couldn't stop wondering. That was when he made up his mind. He wouldn't, just leave things as they were. Rose may have cast him aside, but he had long ago decided what he needed to do to put the past behind him, and no matter how much danger he risked doing it, or how much she tried to stop him, he was determined to see it through to the end. If that meant he might be a hindrance to her, so be it. This was his fight as much as hers. Alphonse shook his head furiously from side to side, as if to divest himself of the doubts and hesitations that had been filling his mind since the previous night. Focusing on the task at hand, he set about frantically investigating the area. That, he felt, was the only way for him to be able to stand shoulder to shoulder with her. Time dragged on as the search continued, and the receding rays of the setting sun began to blanket the scene in warm apricot hues. The 10 corpses had been carried away, and the vast majority of onlookers had dispersed. The large number of soldiers who formed the investigation team had also reached a stopping point in their investigation and were ready to return for the day, but Alphonse waved them off, still silently combing the area for clues. Come on now, it's time to go back to the guardhouse for the day. The concern in Gerard's voice was obvious, but Alphonse only spared him a tired smile. Sorry, sir. Just let me look around a bit longer. Considering the intense battle fought between Rose and the vampire the previous night, there was every chance that something may have been left behind that might help guide him to the vampire's identity. The investigation team had found no such thing despite spending the entire day looking, but that did nothing to dampen Alphonse's spirits. There was something here. He knew it. Seeing Alphonse's determination, Gerard couldn't help but smile in return. Alright then, have it your way. Just make sure you stop and come back if you get too tired. And with a backwards wave, he walked off to join the other soldiers as they returned to the guardhouse. Silently thanking Gerard for his kindness, Alphonse went back to scouring the alley. Another half-hour passed while Alphonse methodically swept his eyes over every nook and cranny. As the light from the dipping sun retreated from the sky, he began to fear his time was up, but just then his eyes were drawn to a point between two of the buildings. It was a narrow gap, overlooked in the investigation, where something might have fallen. Indeed, he spied the barest of shapes on the ground. Upon spotting it, Alphonse remembered seeing something fly from the vampire when Rose had landed her glancing slash on its chest. He crouched down to inspect the space. The gap between the buildings was so narrow that his arm could barely fit inside. He stretched out his fingers, desperately trying to reach the fallen object, and eventually managed to catch it between his index and middle fingers. It was a narrow, rectangular piece of cloth. Alphonse stared at it, analyzing every last detail of its surface. It was filthy gray in color, most likely meaning that it had been white originally. It was also clear that it had been separated from something by Rose's sword. But other than that, it looked like an ordinary piece of cloth. It would have been nothing of interest at all to anyone just passing by. Anyone other than Alphonse, that is. Looking at it, he finally understood everything. The reason Rose had suddenly chosen to part ways with him, and the true identity of the vampire who was terrorizing the city. God damn it, why is this book so good? My horse. Where's my horse?
Let's get going.
Give more? Sorry, there ain't any more right now. I need more. I crave more story, though. I need more of the story. I need a continuation, man!
Right.
Bro, I need a fucking continuation of the story, man. I need a chapter 8. Give me chapter 8. That was delayed. You know, that's fine, but like your artwork itself isn't AI though. It's like the artwork that is exclusively used with AI. See, that's different. AI art, we don't condone that. Because, like, actual art takes like time. Yeah, what Link said. Wait, does getting a new computer mean we have to unthread the cables? Oh, fuck! Yeah. In all hindsight, we probably should have waited until the new computer. And then done the cable thing. Evan just witnessed the loading circle that was my face when he asked me that question. You know what? We'll worry about that when we get to it. Well, now he's definitely not gonna catch up with her. Okay. Those are just horses. No, see, when Evan asked me that question, that's why there was a long pause. Because my brain was just like, Wait, the colors have meaning in here? That's cool. Wait, that's actually cool though. The colored garments have a meaning as to why they're that color. That's neat. I have to go to the elder's house, so we're gonna do that last. The people here aren't very good at lying, are they? The horse. Hey there, I was waiting for you. How in the world did the fence end up like this? Your guess is as good as mine. Seems like it got broken sometime just before noon. Unfortunately, some of the sheep have managed to escape too. I doubt there's any need to worry about monsters getting them because they're surprisingly fast, but would you be able to go out and find them for me? Gladly. How many sheep managed to escape? 5 of them in total. Based on their hoof prints, it seems like 3 went north and 2 went south. I'd honestly like to go search for them myself, but I need to get this fence fixed up first. Otherwise, the rest of them will make a break for it as well. Don't worry, we'll take care of them. Shall we begin the search immediately then? That's probably the best idea, especially with how vast the highlands are. We'll need to make some preparations of our own before leaving, though. I agree. Heading out there with insufficient supplies is foolhardy. Right then, let's get started once we're ready. Okay. One questy. I've been waiting for you all. Did you have a look at my request? We did. Stop it. Stop what? What am I doing? You know what you did? I don't. That's why I ask. What am I doing? He's just like, you know what you did. I don't. That's why I'm asking. What did I do? You want us to hold a class with the children, right? What do you want us to teach them, though? Don't worry. It's nothing too difficult. Stop it? What? Evan, you need to fucking explain to me what I'm doing, because I don't know what I'm doing. I just want you to teach them a little bit about Erebonia. Stop? I'm sorry, I'll just have everyone sound the same. Is that what I'm doing? Sorry, my bad. I see. That explains why you asked us then. This is a good chance for them to learn about life outside the settlement. They attend Sunday school, so they're fine in regards to regular studies. Might I ask how Sunday school is carried out here? Traveling priest comes by once a month to hold it. We really can't be thankful enough for all his efforts. When you think about it, the sheer amount of work the church does on such a huge scale really is amazing. Indeed, it's all thanks to the goddess's generosity. How am I doing that voice? I'm just thinking that my throat hurts. That's how I'm doing that voice. Just imagine your throat hurts and that's how. Do you have the time to help? If so, I'll call the children over. Yes, we're ready when they are. Thank you. Oh, I meant to say, Evan, stop. Evan. Oh, we want this to be similar to Sunday schools, so we'd like just one of you to serve as the teacher. Feel free to pick among yourselves, though keep in mind that Gaius isn't a candidate. Who's the ideal candidate for this then? I believe each one of us would have our unique things to teach here. That's true. I think it might be best for us to go with Emma. Actually, I believe that you would be the best candidate for this, Reen. What? I was thinking the same thing myself, actually. Social standing is pretty important in Erebonia, and there's a broad variety of opinions about it. But you're kind of a special case, Reen. That's true. His unique position allows him to discuss things from a relatively unbiased point of view. But I think you'd be a good choice, Reen. Even taking your position out of the equation, you're almost always the center of our class anyway. Well, I suppose I can't say no if everyone feels that way, can I? Alright then, I'll do it. Thanks. Well, looks like we're ready to begin. Wonderful. I'll gather the children right away. So Reen is becoming like Van, who just gets roped into everything. Cool. Wait, do I actually have to know shit? Potentially? Oh, god damn it, don't tell me that. Is that everyone? I don't see Toma anywhere, though. Toma's part of the older group in Sunday school, so... Yeah, he got work to do, too, so he can't come. I see. I was hoping he'd be here, too. Let's get started, then. I'm so excited. Glad to hear it. I guess I should introduce myself first. I'm Reen Schwarzer. My friends and I came here from Thor's Military Academy. Thor's Military Academy? You're from the same academy as Gaius, then. School's for studying and stuff, right? What do you study there? Well, we get taught all kinds of things, really. There are the basic subjects like history and math, but being a military academy, we also learn the art of combat. That's the same stuff Lacan and everyone else uses to fight monsters, isn't it? That's so cool. I see you've got a boyish side to you after all. Yeah, despite being a little scaredy cat. What the fuck? What the fuck? Brother! Children are ruthless, god damn, okay. Why are children always so ruthless, bro? How is Rena scaredy cat, though? Oh, okay, never mind. I thought they're calling Rena scaredy cat, and I'm like, huh? I am not. Hey now, there's no need for teasing. Hey, how far east is that academy from here? How far? In terms of distance? You came here on something called a train, didn't you? Could you tell us how long that trip took? Oh, that makes it a bit easier. In that case. Wait, are you telling me I have to be observant? Wasn't it 8 hours? I'm going with 8 hours. If we take the transfer times out of the equation, then we were on the train for about 8 hours, I'd say. That's pretty far. Daddy told me that trains are fast, too. So it still took that long even then? It must be super far away then. It really is. Though the fact that we still made it here in a day is pretty amazing. Yeah, it'd have taken a lot longer by horse. Can I ask something too? Of course. Right. What's the biggest place in Erebonia then? That would be Heimdall, which is our capital city. Heimdall. That's a cool name. Yeah, it sounds strong. That's a unique way to judge it. It only took me about like a third of this game for me to figure out how to pronounce it, but it's fine. How many people live there? I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know how many people live in Heimdall. It's giant, so I'm going with 800,000. From what I remember, it's around 800,000 people. 800,000? Is that a lot? Seems like they can't comprehend a number that big just yet. Then again, I can't imagine that many people in one place either. You're not the only one. Of course, you never actually see that many people all at once. He seems to be doing just fine. So it seems. A lot of it's common knowledge, though. No, it's not. Have we been told how many people live in Heimdall? Yes? We have? Oh, bestie, I don't fucking remember this information. It was in one of the books. It was? Oh, I probably read it. I think I have all the books up to this point in the game. I probably read it. I don't remember it. I only remember that one story that we're all invested in. If I'm being honest. Well, I'm just glad to see them learning something. It was in one of the newspapers. Oh, then I have it. Then I was told it at some point, and I just don't remember. He's not a bad teacher. If anyone has any further questions, please feel free to ask. Can I ask something then? Of course, what is it? I swear to fucking God. How long ago was Thor's first built? Guy told me all about how it was a long history, but I've forgotten what exactly was made. 220? Thor's was founded about 220 years ago, roughly 30 years after the War of the Lines ended. The founder was none other than Emperor Drykles, a legendary figure in the Empire and even here in the Highlands. Founding the Academy was one of the last things he did before he passed away. That's a long time. I didn't know that Emperor Drykles was the one who founded it. I know who he is, too. He was friends with our ancestors, wasn't he? Yeah, he won the war and became the most important person in Erebonia. Yep, that's how he became the Emperor. Hearing you all talk about him really goes to show how deep his connection with Nord was. So, is there anything else you'd like to know? Me, I have a question. Oh dear God. Well, it's almost time for us to finish up for the day. Is there anything else you'd like to know before then? I think I've asked everything. I can't think of anything else either. You two really did ask a lot. Oh, yeah. Seems like she's not all out just yet. You talked about them before. But what are nobles? Well, you see, there's been a class system in place within Erebonia for a long time now. What's a class system? Could you give me a few minutes to think? I'm not entirely sure how I should answer this. Can I ask as well now that it's been brought up? Go ahead. I'm not sure if either of them will really understand if you try to explain it normally, so... Could you give us your own thoughts on nobles instead? Oh! You don't want that. You don't want that, child. That might make things easier to understand. That makes giving an answer easier too. Wow, things escalated quickly, didn't they? Indeed. I wonder how he'll answer. Oh God. This is still a bit tough. I don't think there's really a right or wrong answer, so I'll just have to answer with my heart, I guess. To me, pride in one's lineage, bonds with one's family, no idea. Yeah, these are a lot tamer than what I was thinking. Any choice is fine, it doesn't matter how you answer. It doesn't matter how I answer, so I'm just gonna go no idea. Also, bonds with one's family is a fucking lie. That's not nobles. No idea. I really don't know, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. There's plenty of different nobles out there who take their status into account in differing ways. But there is one thing I can say about them, at least. What might that be? The fact that, regardless of everything, Erebonia as it currently is would never have existed without them. There's certainly a lot of problems surrounding the class system. But I don't think that serves as an excuse to completely deny every facet of the nobility. Because, in the end, it's always possible to fix the way things currently are. God damn it, Reen, that's such a good answer. That was such a good answer for saying no idea. I thought it would be a funny answer. The fuck? I'm just rambling now. Sorry. No, it's okay. I learned a lot from what you've told us. Evan told me I can answer any option, so I thought the no idea option would be funny. No, Reen actually gave like a fucking good answer. I didn't really get it, but you sounded really cool. Yeah. So that's how he feels. God damn it, Turbo Mode. That was a really thoughtful response. Heh. One very like him as well. So, it didn't matter what choice I answered, but was the no idea answer the best of the three? Yes. Oh. It was. I'm very impressed, to be honest. Me too. Regardless, that should be enough for today. Make sure to thank him now, everyone. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Let me give you something to thank you for taking the time to teach the children. I believe that was a very valuable experience for all of them. I hope they got what I was trying to say. It wasn't exactly the easiest subject matter. We could tell you were really enthusiastic, though, and I think the kids picked up on that, too. She's right. They all seem to have been enjoying themselves. Your answer to that final question was rather impressive as well. I feel like Eustace would hate one of those answers. Or both of them. I feel like Eustace would hate the other two if I said them. Yeah, looks like the kids aren't the only ones who learned something new today. I got so caught up in the details that I couldn't really explain myself properly. But I'm glad you guys think I did okay. You should have some more confidence in yourself. At any rate, here's your compensation for playing teacher today. I don't know what that does. Thank you, ma'am. Well then, I wish you the best of luck with that field study of yours. May the blessing of the winds and the goddess be with you. Not gonna lie. As far as, quests go, that one was fairly easy. Go south first. Oh yeah, sheep. Oh wait. No, I'll go to the south sheep first, and then I'll go back and get the actual side quest. Like, the one I need to progress the story. I forgot. I got so caught up in that one side quest.
Yeah.
That, like, I forgot that I was supposed to be doing other. That I was supposed to be doing, like, an actual side quest to progress the story. Oopsie. Evan, where are the sheep? Oh, they're on the map. Just kidding. I don't have to scour this entire area trying to find them. Ah, found one. I'm surprised it managed to come all the way out here. What are we going to do with the sheep we find? I'll leave the sheep back to the settlement with my horse. But we should leave guiding them back until we found all 5. Okay, we'll leave that to you then.
Yeah.
Is that one of them? Yep. Yes, that's one of the sheep we're looking for. Phew, that's 2 of them. Yeah, there are still more out there though. Go to Zender Gate, why?
Yeah.
That's so far though, man. Battery 1%. Oh, nar. R&R. Hey, why am I here? There's Charles in the cafeteria? Oh. Oh. I actually know where the cafeteria is. Is it this room? Hey guys. Something wrong, Charles? Oh no, it's nothing like that, but... Would you mind if I asked you something? Of course not. Go for it. Really? Well then, you wouldn't happen to know what Toma's favorite color is, would you? I can't say for sure. I think he's told me before, but I just can't remember. Sorry. Oh. Hey, you're the girl who Toma likes to visit, aren't you? Are you planning on giving him something? Thought so. What exactly do you have in mind? 1 second. I also really have to pee. BRB.